episode of Good Dawning. Let's go into Do Not Disturb with myself, Josh. I used to be Mr. Floyd. And welcome, Tina, Shelly, and inevitably Neil as well. Awesome. And the two others who are hiding in the background there, welcome. One of them probably being me, Madre. And hi, and welcome. All right. So, yeah, how we doing today, guys? Welcome to Friday. And Ganesh says hello as well. We have Ganesh with us. He's found him in the box, and so grateful. And yeah, so how we doing, guys? Grateful to see all of you here. Grateful we made it to Friday, and yeah, we had a whole week of good dining so far, and we'll see about tomorrow. That one I will leave in the air based on my universe, and there'll be other energies here. So most likely they're in the house. Kermit's having guests and such, so probably no good dining tomorrow. But that doesn't preclude me from going live later in the afternoon as well. So hope you are doing well. Yeah, we're coming around here one step at a time. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's coming back together, but it just takes its time there. But today we will propel things forward a little bit, make some more phone calls, and do some things energetically, and see where we stand. But grateful. And yeah. All right. So today we're going to work with the Kuan Yin cards. We've got the bells as well. And Friday, right? So we'll ground energies into the big honker for the weekend. And of course, Monday we're going to start with some new stuff, breathing exercises and such to work on snapping back our nervous systems, right? And so that we can create our universes without regulating your nervous system, right? As I started working with breath over last summer, right? Is the number one thing to do first is finding peace, right? Inside yourself. Then you can step forward from there, but you got to find the center piece first. So yeah, grateful. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah, one thing with making coffee, when you make coffee, right, and then you pour it into a, not the smartest idea if you want to keep extremely hot coffee, right? You pour it into a Yeti, and there you go, right? Hot coffee. But all right, Loretta, good dawning. Welcome, beautiful soul. So, how are we doing here? Had an interesting shadow epiphany last night, and so yeah, life is the clearing, right? You start to clear your energies when you step into the shadow, walk through all that. Your energies start to clear, things start to become clear, right? I'm watching a cat stalk a squirrel. Ooh, favor. Not to the favor to the squirrel there, hopefully. Although the advantage of the squirrel is it can run right up the tree. A cat can get up a tree, not so easily. But a squirrel, it's like walking on a sidewalk for us, right? So, favor to the squirrel. All right. Wow, there's 26 here. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome, all 26 of us. 20. That shuffles around there. I love the algorithm. All right, so let's see what falls out. We're going to shuffle Kuan Yin until, not all of your cards Kuan Yin, until she gives us a card. So let's see what are you going to give us? That one. Cat can too. We're in the country. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess a good country cat could. All right, so here's what we've got. So drink. Okay, cool. It's street legal, right? Half these cards she's topless, and so that's not completely legal in YouTube terms. So yeah, generally I won't do anything, but drink from the Emerald Fountain, right? There you go. So it says the divine feminine encourages your awakening and empowerment. Your sincerity is evoking Kuan Yin's divine intervention. There we go. It makes sense to be open to receive it, to step forward and drink from the Emerald Fountain, which is the unconditional loving heart chakra of Kuan Yin. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power of Divine Mother flowing to you now. So Kuan Yin wants to come in and divine intervention, basically. So are you allowing Kuan Yin to come into your universe? Can you allow Kuan Yin? to come into your universe. If you are an understanding of the divine feminine, then you would let Kuan Yin in immediately, because she is the generally the master of the grace that you find within the divine feminine, right? And if a lot of us have had some hellacious, right, sitting around for, in my case, years in my head, into the broken divine feminine. So any grace I can get from Kuan Yin, I take with gratitude, right? Ugh. All right, so we're gonna work with the bells real quick here and center things down. So join me as we work with the bells. So take a breath, and here we go. Speaking of bells, much more peaceful. Speaking of bells, I haven't seen. She hasn't posted in like 2 weeks or anything. I have to send her a message. I know she posted something online, but Chris hasn't been live. Blindly inspired in like weeks, so I don't know. I have to check on her and see how she's doing there. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We see hero's journey yesterday. We've got a whole box of cards here, so let's see what comes through. All right, I haven't used this deck live. I don't think ever. This is a it's fluffy deck, but most of my decks kind of are. It's called the Super Attractor deck. It's a Hay House deck. There we go. So let's see what we got from the Super Attractor deck. I'm grateful for anybody who is watching. All right, we're gonna do a quick shuffle off, I guess, of the cards here, just to spin the energies and see what we got. All right, with a moment. There we go. I went to Ollie's yesterday. Thanks to Josh, I got a new deck too. Oh, really? What'd you get? So you went to an Ollie's. That is awesome, Tina. That you had an Ollie's close to you. There is definitely no Ollie's, no bargain, anything like that out here. But yeah, what deck did you get? What'd you find? Let us know. All right. So the card we pulled from the Super Attractor deck, we have 2 or 3 close. Oh, wow. I'd never seen one until, honestly, until I went to the one in Florida. I'm grateful. If I ever see one again, I'll stop. But all right. So the more, there's your card, right? So there you go. No, but here we go. But I'll read it. It's obviously backwards. But the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver, right? So an attitude of gratitude, right? So if you tell the universe, there we go, that you are appreciating what is going on, even if it's not the greatest in your universe. Like, I appreciate the fact that I have a place to crash, right? So even though it's not ideal, I mean, it's not. It's the moment it is, but it's not what I want for like future. But if I show the energy of gratitude now and not be like, oh man, this is best, like, and all that stuff, right? Then yeah, we can allow the universe to help me do better if I can accept what I got now, right? And so can you do that in your universe, right? We may not have a total reading here, but we're going to pull a number for today as well. We're just shuffling through the decks. And let's see what we got here. All right, so this is the Angel number 2 deck. Oracle cards, I don't know. It drew to me more than the number 1 deck, I guess. But let's see what we've got here. All right, the card is 606. That's about love. It may not state that here, but 6 is the universal number of love. 0 is your universe. So it's like getting a loved hug from the universe, right? From the angels, right? 606. So there we go. It's upside down, or backwards. So it says honesty, truth, stability, responsibility, expression, and peace. And it says commitment is the word underneath, commitment, in the cursive there. So it's honesty and openness paves the way to a peaceful and fulfilling life. Speak your truth, express your emotions, and embrace what's ahead with an open heart. Grateful. Awesome. All right, so we'll take the number out as well. And finally, we'll draw a daily crystal card. Do something a little different, right? A Billy crystal card for daily crystal card. Make the most of what you have. Be grateful. Be grateful. That comes before the change. Exactly. And now, whatever you are grateful for, if you show the universe, is Abraham Hicks, right? So the more gratitude that you show the universe, right, then the more the universe will mirror that right back to you. There you go. That's how Abraham Hicks would put it. All right, so let's see what we have from the daily crystals as well. Not the Billy crystals, but the let's see what we got. Actually, we'll just fan it out. All right, perfect card. So today's card is brought to you by the letter. No, actually, that's when they go out of PBS, go out of business. Amazonite, loosen your grip. So there we go. So stop holding on so tight. If you let go, right? Ooh, my body agrees. So if you let go, then the universe can bring in. I don't even read it from the book. I've never read anyone from the book. So Amazonite, when you open right up to it, it's real easy. Loosen your grip. There are times when enough is enough. Pardon me. Time to relinquish control. You don't have to do it all. And what's more, you can do it all. You can't do it all, and no one can. Some things in life are simply out of your control. Remember, your best at any given moment is good enough. It is easy enough to get stuck in our ways and feel like we might want to interfere with life's greater plan. Instead, try taking a step back and giving space and time for the relationship and the situations in your life to develop, right? Release the idea of how things should, as I put it in air quotes, right? Should be, to make room for how things could be. Everything will fall into place if you allow it to unfold in an organic way. So stop pushing the universe. I've said that before, right? I used to do that all the time. Stop pushing the universe. Stop trying to give answers or give like me, I would always try to like see it through and like this is how it's going to end up, right? And try to answer the universe beforehand, right? It doesn't really work. So if we tie all this together, and there's more of the space to it here, the more I appreciate things, the more I stay content, right? And I get appreciation. The more I let go in appreciation, then loosen my grip, right? Then the more things come into my universe. So there we go. It don't have to be the exact cards, but we don't use the same cards. But we put the theme together in general, right? So the general theme is open to receive and accept what's coming, what's already in, and just let go. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. But a lot of us, since we try to push the universe, right, and pull and try to get results when results aren't there to get yet, right? Sometimes you have to sit in a situation to understand it first before the universe will let you release the grip. Let the situation release its grip from you, right? But who knows? All right, so since today's Friday, let's do some energetic work. We're going to go ahead and clear energies from this week, whatever is in your crawl, whatever you are looking and or needing to clear. We're going to clear from our energetic field. If there's anything that's been done, anybody cut you off at the grocery store, maybe you got cut off by a skateboarder, if you remember that. Whatever it might be, if your boss is yelling at you about the TPS reports, if Bob is yelling at you, then, yeah, from your end, then we're going to go ahead and clear those energies so that we can set intentions, and then next, for an amazing weekend, right? Since today is Friday, we want to ground into the fact that it is, and of course it's Friday, right? So don't, remember, this is your brain on drugs, man, so don't fry your brain, right? Exactly, but nonetheless. All right, so let's take a moment here and take a deep breath. Back just there. There we we go. Breathe in. And release. And breathe in. I was shuffling while you were reading the cards. Common, swift, preserve, and trust the process. Reading the cards, common, swift, preserve. Yes, trusting the process. That's the big one, right? We don't trust anything. And we think that we get antsy, right? I mean, I could be antsy sitting here, but I choose not to be antsy. I choose to trust in the process, right? So can you trust in the process as well? Whatever's supposed to be in your universe, a lot of us will start pushing and pulling, right? And we start pushing against what's going on. So we break the process, and that's not going to work either. Hey, Clint, how are we doing there, brother? How you feeling, man? Nice to see you. Hope all is well. We send you the biggest love, man. Grateful. And one of these days I do want to reach out because I do need some technical help with this channel. So if you get an email from me at some point, there you might, because at some point here, as now we're getting back stable with the show, I want to add a intro, maybe an outro, nothing crazy, but and all those little things, but do a couple other things there. So I would definitely be absolutely. Thank you, Clint. Yeah, and if you don't know who Clint is, that's the Gen X effect. Him and then Jimena as well. So check out Clint. If you have not, subscribe to his channel there, and Rando Lives, and of course he goes live with Jimena there as well on her channel. Thank you, and as they're together, right? But, yeah, I'll send you an email, Clint, and so yeah, definitely subscribe to Clint if you have not. And most of you guys are the Gen X effect, so there you go. But my best email, okay, screenshot. Maybe. Hang on. There we go. I got a screenshot, so that's perfect. Thanks, Clint. But yeah, granted, I'm in a basement at the moment, but that's all subject to swift and proper change, right? Grateful. See, we state what we want, but we let go, right? I'm not in panic about it, right? So yeah, once we have a better space here, we want to revamp the show a little bit and professionalize it, right? I'm going to do something I need to do here, which is blow my nose. So I'm going to hit the mute and slide my head over. Bear with me. Woke up on the other side of the phlegm, and I don't know why, but all right, there we go. Oh, PG, welcome, brother. Thank you. Yeah, Clint, I'll get an email out to you at some point. If you don't see it in the next few days, it's just because I'm busy. But at some point, I will get you an email, and yeah, I'm grateful. We'll discuss. Thank you. So yeah, let's clear some energies. Today's Friday, right? So grand intentions. What's your intention for this weekend? What's your intention for your universe? But for taking and staying present, right? At this point, today's Friday, and we want to have a good weekend, right? A lot of us have family, friends, things, plans, and whatnot. Me, DoorDashing, what's new, and exactly. But we made platinum status, so now we can DoorDash when we like. And with platinum status, I don't know if you're watching Chloe, but for a while there, like last week, I dashed for like 5 hours and got like 3 dashes. What you talking about, Willis? Right, that's like nothing. But now that we're platinum status, they come fast and furious. So I'm grateful. That means you have 100 dashes in 30 days, right? So now at this point, I can actually make like not the world's greatest job, but if you're working at like 7-Eleven for a day, you could generally earn about the same amount, right? If you're just doing a basic job like a clerking job or something, right? So yeah, so what are you looking to create this weekend? For myself, just more abundance, right? Maybe new opportunities. I mean, I'm out and about, right? Maybe meeting somebody new. North Cali. PG, love and namaste. We are here in California, except in the sun rises. It's cold here, Burr. Rises like 70 degrees, but not normal here. It's not normal here either. It's been within the 60s all the last week and a half, 2 weeks backwards, but now it's like cold as I'll get out. It's snowing today, like 4 inches, but we'll do a little bit of a favor here for the country as well. I know they're getting, like my mother's going to get 11 inches. What do you guys, how much snow are you getting out there in Virginia, Clint? And I know you're not much in California there, but all of you guys who are watching here on the eastern side of the United States, favor to your weather there for sure. All right, and so yeah, maybe you want to clear space so that you can be prepared to shovel, right? But yeah, so we got like 3 inches. We're gonna get like 3 inches here. Nothing crazy, but once the snow hits the ground and kind of disseminates a little bit, I'll go DoorDash later this afternoon. But right now, not with my current tires. I don't want to DoorDash in the slick, right? But the one forecast says 12 to Jesus Christ. All right, so Clint's gonna get anywhere from 12 to 25 inches of snow, and at 25 inches of snow, that's 12, 20. That's 2 feet plus of snow, and then you can get snow drifts as high as your head, right? I haven't seen snow that high since like when I moved was in upstate when I lived there, right? And that's Watertown, New York. So like I moved up there in October, right? October of '95, right? And so I get to and it's the middle of October, and they're predicting snow, right? Not a big deal. So I'm in the reception barracks, right? So the first night you go to reception, and then they cut your orders the next day, right? And so I'm at reception, and then I wake up the next morning. They're like, "Here's your orders. We got them in. Here's where you're going. There's this to Garrison, and here's your go. You have to be here at this time and go meet with your first sergeant." Okay, so they set all that up, right? And so yeah, so I leave the little hotel for the new soldiers, and I go outside, and the snowplow, the literally was pushing snow against my car. I was the new guy, right? And so they took a bulldozer as well, right? I mean, they had that much snow. They had like 3 feet of snow overnight. It was crazy. They took a bulldozer and buried my car with the snow. So, as the E1, who was new guy on base, right? So there you go. That's what they do in the Army. And so I spent 4 hours, and he called and told my first sergeant I'd be late, thankfully. But yeah, so I spent 4 hours unshoveling my car with 3 feet, big dome of snow, wrapped around it. So a favor there, Clint. Nobody comes and buries your car in there, but the favor of 25 inches of snow is a lot of snow. And you walk out the front door, it'll be like chunk. You just walk into the door, snow, right? It's like crazy. I'm always down for one blizzard. It's been a while. I'll be over by Tuesday. There you go. But yeah, so as long as you got broccoli and fire, and something to eat, right, and some water, you're pretty well set. But as long as you can stay warm and you got some broccoli, then to chop, then you should be pretty good. Tina, I know Tina's gonna get walloped too. She's down in the holler, so Tina, you're gonna get walloped too down there, aren't you? Favors. So as we clear energies for this weekend, we release what we cannot control, right? Like the weather. At least we can't control it. We know others might think they can, or we might be trying to, or might be doing so. But otherwise, I laid a ham out to cook. I keep broccoli. There you go. Blessings, Josh, and everyone in the chat. Hi, Fatima. Welcome. And she's up in Canada, so she's gonna get walloped too with cold more than snow. But yeah, it's got to be colder than a you know what up for Fatima in Toronto. Good God. Yeah, I've got a friend who's 10 hours north of there, up near Thunder Bay, right? So if you get in the car from the Toronto airport and drive about 10 and a half, almost 11 hours, right? Due north. I have a friend who lives up there, and she loves it in the minus Fahrenheit, like when it would be like minus 20, 25 Fahrenheit, right? I don't know what is Celsius, but she loves it when it's that cold. But blessings, guys. All right, so let's take a moment, and whatever's in your crawl here, if you're angry about the weather or frustrated, if not, if you're looking forward to the weather. I mean, if I had 25 inches at that point coming in snow, I would actually be looking forward to it, because I'd have, yeah, I'd be chill in the house and be prepared to be chill for like a week, right? Or at least a couple of days. But yeah, I haven't had a good blizzard. We haven't had a good blizzard here in a while. The last blizzard was 2021, I think, was the last blizzard here. But yeah, we're not going to see that kind of snow here probably all winter. As a matter of fact, this is like kind of the most amount of snow, 3 inches here and there. But yeah, we're like 100% off our snow. Yes, Josh, we are in the deep freeze. I can't even imagine what deep freeze is like up there in Toronto. But yeah, so I mean, that's like, so if I were to drive north, right, it would take me 2 days just to get to the U.S. border, and then another, right. Whew. So if you go north from there, but then she's not that far north. But, craziness. All right, guys, so take a moment, and anything that's in your craw, anything you need to clear, any energetics that are going to stand in your way from having a great weekend, although we cannot do anything about the weather, and that is an energetic unto itself. We will clear that energy. I will release from our crawl, right? We don't need to carry it around. So take that energy, and I'm going to do the chalkboard method, whatever works for you. If you're watching new in the rewind or the replay, basically imagine what you want to clear. Not getting rid of Lemmy. We're not getting rid of people or anything. I'm going to bend over here and blow my nose. It's like phlegmy down. I don't know. It's because it's dry, right? But yeah, we're not getting rid of people. We're just getting rid of situations, energies, right? That we don't need to carry anymore. So take a moment and do so. And break energies too. Throw them away. You can imagine tearing a piece of paper too. That helps. Rip. That can do. Sometimes that can be all you need, right? All right. So you can keep clearing energies, whatever you need to remove from your frame, right? We're just talking about situations and things that have occurred over the past week that we don't need to deal with. We don't need to carry into our energies. And of course, you can release these things all day long. I got cut off the other day, right? And big time, right? And am I gonna chase the guy? No. I mean, I you know, at the moment I gotta flash my lights to let him know he's in front of me. But then at that moment I just kind of released and went, okay, you know, it's over. And so you can carry the energy, right? I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was like one hair's breath away, like literally, like, that far from him, like clipping the front of my car, and go, off that way, right? So yeah, exactly. But it didn't happen. But I can sit in that energy that it could have happened and carry that around and be like, you know what happened, mother? And then he cut me off, and then blah 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 blah, and then blah, da, 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 da. And then I flashed at him, you know, and just to let him know I was in front, and he tried to brake check me instead, and this and that, and I was like, what the heck, right? And no, I could go and, or I just like, all right, this happened, release. It's in the past, right? And so I don't carry the energy around. I'm getting in the car and like, I hope that guy's not around. No, he was yesterday, 2 days ago, right? Exactly. So can you do the same in your universe? Hershey, welcome, beautiful soul. So yeah, so exactly. So we don't have to keep rehashing the same energy, right? Mr. Kaneko, how's Mr. Kaneko? And if you didn't know, Hershey has a new family member. His name is Mr. Kaneko, not Kamiko, but Ken Eko, right? And so yeah, and you can check that on Hershey, the Shadow Reader's channel. And I think she's live today as well at I think it's 4 o'clock with the Friday fixtures, if that's correct. And I think she'll throw it in the chat there, but she'll be live today as well. And so check it out, guys. The two tarot. I mean, you want real, and there's no more than real can be, right? Lots of the readers you see on YouTube are dabbles. They dabble, right, and whatnot. I mean, obviously, if you're watching Minnow Pond or somebody, no, that he's doing, that's his real job. But yeah. Hi, I'm trying to Poncho Sierra, welcome. Grateful to see you. But yeah, so real, like energy real. There is no more real than real when you're dealing with Hershey, right? And so the Shadow Reader. So tonight, Friday fixtures with Hershey, so make sure you're there. I think it's at 4 o'clock. It'll be Central Time. And yeah, there we go. Which would be 5 or 3 or 2. There you go. Loretta, I am so sorry. They're doing little things happen to be my favorite breed. The dainty little things. I call them tripping kicks there, Tina. You ever, like, when you walk up, like, if you have like the little Yorkshire, and you ever been in a house with a Yorkshire, and it's like I was visiting somebody years ago, and it's like you wake up, and it's like, go to the bathroom, right? You trip over the dog, and you accidentally almost kick the dog in the dark, right? Because it's so small. It's like trip. It's like I'm tripping kicks by accident. It's not like purposeful, but you like trip over the dog, accidentally kick. Not like purposely, but especially in the dark, right? But yeah, I brought them in the house for this. I don't want to lose the rest. So all right, so let's set some intentions for this weekend as well. We're going to use the I am. We're going to bring in Saint Germain. This isn't going to be the main channeling, but we will set some intentions for this weekend by utilizing the I am and creating, at least energetically, in statement. It doesn't mean that we're like literally exactly. We're just stating in statement energetically that we intend, our intentions, right? So if you don't go into something with any intentions, then whatever happens is going to happen. It's going to happen anyways. But if you have some grand intentions, the universe, right? That's what we're talking about here, is going to help match those intentions. So what are your intentions for this weekend? You may have something specific that you're doing that you want to make sure has a good outcome, right? Like if you're going to the flea market, right? I don't know. That's a weekend thing, right? That it has a good outcome. That you find the proper package of socks, right? If you go to the flea market, that's what they seem to sell more of than anything is socks, right? But you get the idea. Or if you're doing a home do-it-yourself project or something, right? Or maybe you're a weekend whatever. You get out and you maybe you brew beer on the weekend. I don't know, whatever you do. But whatever you do, you, right? But envision it with a good outcome, right? You don't want to be like brewing sour beer unless you're making it sour. You don't want to brew beer that turns nasty, right? And you don't want to go to the store and find everything to be double priced. You want to go to the store and see everything on sale, right? So you envision your weekend going to the Giant. I do on East Coast, right? So going to the Giant or the well, it used to be A&P, right? But that's or the Safeway or King Supers or Kroger or wherever you go, Albertsons. I've been around the country. Piggly Wiggly. Ever been? I had a friend who got stuck in it, locked in a Piggly Wiggly for like 24 plus hours. Literally locked in, but she didn't starve. That's for sure. She slept in a camping in a lounge chair, like a beach chair that they had for sale, and yeah, and just like ate like all kinds of crazy shit. They didn't charge her anything, but this was before something. She didn't have anybody to call or anything, so they just got locked in for the week for 24 hours. But yeah, I don't blame you, Loretta. I too would have. But yeah, so wherever if you're going shopping, Sam's Club, maybe you find the greatest deals. Check out the deal guy there before you go on YouTube. But yeah, so whatever works for you. But envision that great weekend, right? When we see that, now as far as expectations, we have no expectations though, right? We can put out our intentions, but we do not control the play, right? We do not control the energy of the other people in our frame, in our universe, other people that may come across. We do not control the cook who is making your food. Your intention is to have a great meal. The cook, somebody pissed in the cook's Cheerios that morning. Their intention is to egg your meal, right? To F up your meal because somebody pissed in there. You can't help that. But you'll get a free meal out of it, right? But exactly. All you do is you can't expect the outcome, right? I mean, I'm going to go for a meal. If it's going to be good, it's based on the cooking, but you can have the intention of having a good meal, right? So, with that said, we're going to grab Saint Germain here, and then we're going to, if you want to follow along with me, I'm just going to do some I am statements like we've done before, and then we will go into, I will release Saint Germain, and we'll go into some sort of regular channeling here. All right. Boom. All right, Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here. We are going to do the I am for Friday, right? And remember Friday, right? So this is your brain. Don't put the brain on drugs. Any questions? They are lying to you, right? You know that, right? But they want to control, so they tell you what you think you should know, right? Like, this is your brain on drugs. But that is not always the case, right? No, in some cases, your brain could already be scrambled. But if you take psychedelics, right, it could re-scramble them for you better. So don't think that the egg is going to scramble your brain, right? When you smash it with the iron frying pan in the commercial, right? From the 80s, remember the ad council, right? And just say no, right? All that junk. That does not work, right? Now you have to say yes, especially if you are like schizophrenic and you are taking psychedelics to clear it, right? To help you manage your schizophrenia, which is a new thing here in Colorado, that just, right? You do not, right? So this is your brain. They are lying. You can unscramble your brain instead, right? So interesting how if you can see the lies, right? And they are lying to you about lots of things, but we are not going to lie to ourselves, right, about this weekend. That's the question. So are you ready for a good weekend? You are the one in control of your energy. You are the one who's in control of what you choose or choose not to do this weekend, right? You are the one who is creating or choosing not to create an amazing weekend, right? You can sit on your Hillary Duff and eat bonbons and such and watch movies and call that a great weekend, right? While maybe your house is dirty and you need to do laundry. So would that be the greatest weekend? Probably not for yourself, right? But who knows, right? Or you can make it a productive weekend. You can look into your universe and see what needs to be done, right? You can move yourself forward. You can do your laundry. And maybe while your laundry is spinning, you can watch your movie and eat some bonbons, right? But you are up to you what you create or choose not to create in your universes over the weekend, right? A lot of you may be working, and the weekend is really no end to the week, right? A lot of you don't see weekends at all, right? The week just keeps moving, even though every day is circular, right? And you are thinking that you are. It is all a grand lie, anyways, right? Because you are chasing the sun and have to shovel leap seconds in and leap days, and so is your calendar. If you are going every 4 years and you are born in February 29th, right? And it's a leap. You only get 25 birthdays if you live to 100. And that is, what happened to your calendar? We aren't even going to go. It's amazing that you can create anything, right? Because they are discombobulating you with every which way, right? Because you are not on the lunar cycles, so they aren't allowing you to be. That's why you become lunatics, right? Because you are out of cycle in the lunar calendars, because they are. But nonetheless, what are you going to do on this weekend, right? Although every day is the same and circular, you are seeing it as Saturn Day and Sunday, right? But nonetheless, when you are going out on your Saturn day, right, are you actually going to be worshiping Saturn? Probably not, right? But are you going on Sunday and worshiping the sun? Maybe, if you are down in Florida and you go to the beach, right? If you're in Key West, you can go and have a great Sunday by worshiping the sun, because it will be nice and warm. But otherwise, if you are standing with Fatima in Canada, you would not be worshiping the sun. Well, you stand outside, but you will be layered, right? And the sun will not be penetrating much of your body, if any of it at all, right? Because it'll be wearing lots of clothing. So is it a Sunday? Well, it's a day of sun, hopefully, right? But most of you are going to see clouds and snow, right? Nonetheless, what are you looking to create this weekend? And a lot of you are going to be creating big piles of snow, right? When you are shoveling. Favor to all who have to shovel this weekend, and favor to anybody in the ice. And we are going to do a invocation to send them favor and love right now. So join with Saint Germain as well. We go through our weekend rituals here, right, on Good Dawning, right, to get set up for the weekend. But we're going to see everybody out in the Greater Source Field, right? As we do, those who are going to be in northern Alabama and Tennessee and Kentucky and such, who are going to get loads of ice. And it's going to be quite an interesting space that you are all living in. You signed up for this, right? So don't think when you are standing there shoveling the snow, right, and you have 15 inches of snow in front of you and it's coming down like buckets, right? And you are shoveling the snow so you don't keep up, so you can keep up to some extent, right? Realize, do not sit there and get angry through your lying eyes. Why am I having to shovel snow? You choose to came to planet Earth, right? You understand planet Earth has snow, right? You knew this before you came to planet Earth, right? You did not decide to be born where? Near the equator, right? Where there'd be no snow, so to speak, right? You did not decide to live in Hawaii, right? Where there generally is no snow unless you go in the mountains, right? Are you an understanding? So when you see the snow and you have to like hand in shovel, right? And you get frustrated, you realize you signed up. You put your John Hancock, so to speak, on the dotted line of, I will go to an unstable toroidal field, right? And I will try to create a stable universe in an unstable toroidal field, right? It's stable enough, but it is unstable as well, right? When you're getting the possibility of getting 25 inches of precipitation, that is unstable, right? When you are dealing with tornadoes and hurricanes and whatnot, that is not stable in your universe either, right? These things happen. So if you are like Rossi, right, living in Florida, or you are anyone living in the Florida area, or maybe you are like Hershey, right? The possibilities of hurricanes, right? Or maybe you are living in Texas and you have the possibility of tornadoes, right? Or you are in California, you have the possibility of earthquakes, or you are where your channeler is, right? And you have the possibility this summer of big forest fires, big mountain fires, right? Because there's been no precipitation, right? So either way, and the fire's there, you would think, well, if you are not near there, right? But have you ever lived near a fire, right? The Smoky Joe's Cafe smell all the time, right? The coughing, the mold in the air from the fire is not healthy as well, right? Exactly. So none of this is good. But you chose to be here, right? So it's kind of like you have to, like, we just want to say deal with it. But at the same time, it is all part of the grand adventure, right? To see how you can navigate in 25 inches or more of snow, right? Or how you can navigate an earthquake or tornado activity or whatever it is, right? Mother Gaia is not this stable, right? Then she's energy. If you are more stable, all of you in your universe, right? And come bring more calm, then Mother Gaia would show more calm, right? If you are showing less calm on your planet, Mother Gaia shows less calm as well, right? You are kind of symbiotic in that method, right? So what are you seeing for this weekend outside of shoveling, right? Or chipping away the ice, right? Or chopping firewood, right? Or staying warm? What are you seeing? What are you looking to create? And do you consciously go into your weekend? That's the question Saint Germain is asking. This will become your regular channel for Friday, right? So the question becomes, are you conscious of what you are doing this weekend, right? Meaning that are you just rolling into the weekend going, ooh, I am free, right? I do not have to work, and I do not create conscious plan, right? So when Sunday night comes along and you are going into your moon day, right? Monday, your moon day, right? And you are looking to see, did I go to the store? No, crap, I forgot to go to the grocery store. So now you have no groceries, right? I forgot to chop the wood, if that's the case, right? Or I forgot to do the laundry, right? So now you are rushing to do laundry or find something that you can spray clean. You ever do that? The perfume clean, right? Or the cologne clean for work on Monday, right? Whatever it is, or maybe you will put a shirt up and take a shower and let it smell better, right? Whatever it is, right? Are you consciously taking care of your universe this weekend as well, right? As well as enjoying yourselves, right? So Saint Germain is asking for you to, of course, be conscious about your time, right? We are going to get into time management and such as well. But nonetheless, at the moment, we are asking for you to plan your weekend in some fashion. Are you planning it with fun? Are you planning it with work? Are you planning it with backup generators as well, right? Depending on where you are, be prepared because there may not be favor. We are not looking far, but we assess. When we say certain things, we are not looking for those things to happen. We are assessing situations and stating facts. We are stating that if you get a half an inch of ice, it is a possibility that the power will go out. If you are getting 26 inches of wind-driven snow, it is a distinct possibility that, yes, the power could go out. We are not stating that it will or won't. We are not hexing it. We are just seeing facts. Sometimes facts in the universe are hard for you to state because you think you are going to bring that situation into your frame, and that is not the case. If you are stating that, yes, it is going to snow 25 inches, then the obvious would be that it is a possibility as well that the power lines could get a little heavy and it could go out, right? And if that is the case, you see that, but you are not wanting for that. So we say we do not want for that, but we see that as an understandable possibility, right? So if you are thinking that you are going to then just push it away, right? Oh, it's not going to happen to me, and we are just going to ignore it. Then woe is you when you are shivering in your home, right? But the question for you is then, are you preparing for it? That's the question we are going to ask of you today. When you have situations that you are seeing in front of you that aren't there yet, but are dangling like a participle in your sentence, right? They're right there, right in front of you. They're coming like a freight train, right? Like if you are sitting... When your channeler was sitting in Florida watching the buzzsaw called Hurricane Andrew come towards Florida, he had nothing he could do except to get in the car and drive away or just prepare because it's coming right at him, right? And so in your case with the snow coming right at you, right? Are you prepared? Did you prepare or do you freeze in action, right? So it is your job to also analyze and prepare. So hopefully you are filling up the water jugs. You are getting foods ready. And then if you need a freezer, you have to just open the window, right? So that is a good thing in some aspects, right? Because if your power goes out, then you can take all the food in your freezer and stick it in the snow, right? And it would be fine. Even your refrigerator, so to speak, if your house is cold, right? But nonetheless, are you preparing? An unprepared mind, right? If you are not prepared, then it will bowl you right over. So the question is this weekend, right? What are you looking to create and enjoy? And are you preparing for what is coming as well, right? So you are looking to create. So if you're going to be locked in your house, if you were, say, Brother Thomas, you would create with a puzzle, right? What are you going to create? Maybe if you are going to paint something, or maybe you are going to just make a pie or a cake or something, right? So what do you do? What do you create when you are trapped in your house, right? Are you going to go stir crazy instead? A lot of you do nothing, right? You don't bring anything into your frame. Amaya, welcome. And so you go stir crazy. You don't bring energy in to create something in your universe. You don't do anything, right? So you let the energies of I can't get out. What I wanted to do, I cannot do. Stir your universe up, right? So you get, they call stir crazy, right? But no, you need to create. So bring something into your frame if you are going to be trapped, right? In your home with the snow, and you are not going to get out in your car, right? Because it is buried, and it is best not to drive in that craziness, right? Generally speaking, that's the situations where you go out, right? And one day you have car, right? And you go out to the store, which may be close to 25 inches of snow. Then you have no car the next day, right? Because you have damaged it, right? Exactly. So it's better to stay safe, right? So create a universe. Create this weekend what you want. I am. We're going to use the I am. So join Saint Germain as we utilize the I am to create, right? I am staying safe this weekend. I am prepared for this weekend, right? So if you are in the East Coast, you are east of the Mississippi, then you are going to get it in some fashion. So I am ready, right? I signed the contract to be on planet Earth, so I am understanding, and I have the tools and the capability to get through this, right? There you go. So hopefully you are ready. I am ready, right? I am accepting as well, right? Are you sitting around complaining, yelling at the meteorologist, right? Who is generally just paying for a software program to give them the weather, right? Are you yelling at them, or are you in understanding, like, well, this is what it is, right? Sometimes we have to have acceptance, right? Acceptance is the key to a flowing universe, right? If you are in opposition of your universe, you're going to be in opposition of yourself. So it is the grand acceptance of what is happening in your universe, what is coming through in your frame, right? Exactly. Join with us. One thing we did not do, which we are going to do right now as well, in order to have a good weekend, right? In order to, in your channel here as well, it's forgotten, right? But we are putting new things into the show, right? And so with that, we are going to put in a few things that he forgot this stunning, right? So from your end, we are going to call in, and you already have Saint Germain right here, but we are going to call in your guides and your angels as well, right? We are going to ask them for protection and love during the snowstorm, and we are going to ask them to protect and love all during the snowstorm. But again, remember, you signed up for the experience, right? If it was sunny and 73 degrees, no, we are not in San Diego, but but if we are sunny and 73 degrees every day, it would be the same experience. It'd be boring, right? You'd wake up eventually. You'd be like, I'm sick of the sunny and 73. So you have a variety of weather, like you have a variety of food. Earth is an interesting place, and we want it to be more interesting, right? So you have tornadoes and floods. You have hurricanes and earthquakes, right? You have lightning, fork lightning and ball lightning, right? Exactly. You have sheet lightning, exactly. But those sheet clouds, right? The ones that emanate from in sticks that fly across the sky. Where do those come from? We are not. Those are not natural, right? But when you are looking up and seeing the wispy white and going, wow, it was sunny and now the whole sky is white, right? That is not natural, right? It is the sheet cloud, right? Go into your textbooks, not ones from now, because they have added clouds, right? If you've noticed. Take a textbook from 1995, right? And go and look at the clouds, right? Take a meteorology textbook. You will not see sheet cloud. You will not see X cloud either, right? X marks the spot. Not in your sky, but favor, right? So yes, what are you seeing and what are you allowing in your universe? We went on a tangent, but nonetheless, Saint Germain is asking for you to be prepared. So join with Saint Germain. I am creating the greatest weekend ever. I am grateful for an amazing weekend. I am grateful for having fun. I am grateful for learning, and I am grateful for joy this weekend, right? I'm also grateful that the snow does not come, right? That it does not happen as bad as they state, right? Or as big as they state. It's not bad, but it's big. You might think it is bad, so, right? But we are grateful. We are grateful for all in our universes. And so, can you stand in that? And can you see that for yourself, right? When you are going into situations, right? When you are going on vacation, do you pre-vacation your vacation? And you are like, what are you saying, Saint Germain, right? Are you grateful? Do you stand in frame and say, I am grateful that we are going on vacation. I am looking forward to X, Y, and Z, and I'm grateful to have those experiences, right? You are aligning your energies then, right? Are you going on vacation going, I'm frustrated, I have no idea, I'm not looking forward to, and I'm angry or what have you, right? No, generally not. But if you are pushing things away. You are stating to your universe, like it is Friday, right? I am excited, tomorrow is Saturday, I'm going to whatever, right? You are bringing that into frame. You are stepping it up. You are allowing your universe, right, to bring in energies. But you are stating, you are creating. So you are the centered energy, right? So if you are going into the weekend pissed off, right? Or angry or scared about the snow or frustrated or what have you, right? You are centered that you are the centered energy, so you are going to have a terrible weekend, right? You are going to be frustrated with the snow all weekend, and you are going to hold the frustration, right? And that is not what we want for you. You are not in control. Like the serenity prayer, right? When you are going out in your universe, be the serenity prayer, right? Grant me that serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. You cannot change the snow that is coming, right? The wisdom to change the things that I can. Well, you can change your preparation for it. And the wisdom to know the difference. You cannot control the snow. You can control the reactions to it. You cannot control If you go to the store and you are looking for pancake mix and they are out of the pancake mix, right? What do you do then? You have no control. You are out. They are out of the. Is it well, Aunt Jemima is no more, but the Jemima, right? I don't know what they call it anymore. But the old mill, you are looking for old mill pancake mix, and it is out, right? So what do? Do you then go buy flour and make your own, or do you just run around, right? Do you let it eat your lunch, right, and ruin your weekend? And on Monday you are at the water cooler, right, and you are standing there going, I did not have old mill at the store, and I am so pissed off, right? And I did not make my pancakes, and I'm going to take that pissed offness and lay it all over you on Monday, right? On Monday, right? So, are you an understanding, right? So don't go into your universe on Monday jamming about the weather, right? You signed up, and depending on where you live, you know the and pardon, one moment, bro, low his nose. Sleeping in a dry basement, right? But nonetheless, so yeah, so if you are complaining about what you have to happen on the weekend there, then right, so you are in control, but you are not. So you have no right to stand there on Monday, right, and stand there and complain about the weather, right? You signed up for it, and you had choices, right? Do you choose to live where you live, right? So if you choose to live near Maine or New York or where it's going to be snowy and cold, right, then you can complain about it, but you have the choice, right? You made that decision, and if you are born there, right, you still made the decision to stay there, right? So all of us, right, we have no right to complain, right? Now, if you are standing in Key West and it snows, then that's a whole different story, right? But if that were to happen, that would be the greatest anomaly ever. We'd have to look into other things too. Hopefully, you are understanding that you are the creator and creating your universe this weekend, and you are the one who's going to bring in the joy of the snow or the frustration of the snow, and we will leave it right there, releasing transmission. Alrighty there. Welcome, Enspree. All right. Josh, do you have an allergy? No, it's just dry. It's just snowy and dry. The humidity's like nothing, and I'm probably dehydrated too. So, and I'm drinking coffee. So, but no, I don't generally have. I'm gonna blow my nose, but I had allergies. Oh, at one point, I was the king of allergies in like 1982, 83 and stuff. Like, yeah, I spent an entire summer sitting in my parents' bedroom watching TV. Because not only did they have central air, they just had it in the window. I don't know where it came, but they had a window air conditioner as well, right? And so I'd use that, and I just sat in the yeah, no, terrible. But no, thankfully, my allergies disappeared. I used to do like asthma and all that, and all gone. So yeah, I don't get spring allergies or anything. I'm grateful for new beginnings and health and safety. I care about your new Dachshund puppy in the Aw, blessings for these pregnant. Aw, those pregnant. Aw, thank you. Beautiful Dachshund dup. Aw, how awesome. Favorite of your new dog. All right, so let's take a couple minutes here. And there we go. I keep touching my phone accidentally and going out of this video. I'm not sure if I'm behind or not. Oh, favor. Beautiful. That's great. All right, so we're going to ground our intentions for this weekend into the clear quartz here. With your permission, of course, energetics only works with your permission. So what do you want to create this weekend? We can try to deflect the snow, but we have to accept the snow, right? Acceptance is the key to living on planet Earth for a lot of things in this. The weather is generally one of them, right? It's like your wedding day, but it's and it's raining, right? I don't know if that's ironic, but you have a chance of that happening. So if it happens and you're planning an outdoor wedding and you haven't planned for anything inside, then shame on you, right? You know the score. You're on planet Earth, right? Anything's possible. There you go. All right. So with no, we don't. You could. I mean, this thing's got a point on it. So rain cats and dogs for my wedding. Oh, favor. Favor there, Tina. Snowstorm happening here right now. Gotta check to see if the food bank is open. Oh, favor Lindsay and favor. Let's see Lindsay. We'll put Lindsay in some. We see Lindsay in a big abundant bubble there. Favor. All right, so let's work with the quartz here, and with your permission, we're going to see a great weekend. We're going to deflect the snow as best we can, but we have to accept the snow. So we're not going to see it as destroying our weekends, but for a lot of you guys, it may become your weekend. So nonetheless, so favor there. Our snow, it's not much, 3-4 inches, but it's enough that I'm not going to go dash until this afternoon. And then you were rich in cats and dogs, Tina. I love it. You can send it to me, Loretta. All right, so here we go. With your permission, of course. Do 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 do. We could sing "Let It Snow." Let it snow. Let it snow. Yeah, but favorite guys. And if you're in the ice, path of the ice, path of like Felicia might be in the path of ice, right? So favor to that. An ice storm's no fun. I totaled an old Mazda. I came down a hill in Cincinnati, and Cincinnati's got some steep ass hills, right? Steep, way steeper than you don't find steep hills in Colorado. You do in the mountains, but here it's flat, right? On the flatlands. But I mean steep hills, like hills, like literally hills like grades like that, and like that, and so I came down with a Mazda. It was a stick shift Mazda, 4-door, a little strippy. It was my mother's old car. All ice, just slid right down, smashed right into the side of a Camaro. And there was nothing I could do. I was hitting the brakes. I pulled the e-brake, and the car just kept sliding. I turned the wheel, but I would have smashed into parked cars if I'd. That would have been worse. Like clipping like a dozen parked cars on the way down. It's a favorite, guys. I do not like driving in snow or ice. And with me having that cheap, if you've watched my channel, right, the cheap tire we got in Colorado way back when we were on the way to Cincinnati there, I'm not trying to chase the snow either with my tires, right? So what are you trying to create this weekend? What do you want to bring into your frame? What are you looking to create? We'll seal this up here in a moment. Lottie B, welcome. And if you're not subscribed to Lottie B, please do so. She's an amazing piano player. All right, guys. So we're envisioning a great weekend. We're accepting of the snow. We realized that we signed the contract to be on planet Earth. So we deal with what? Weather, right? Exactly. All right, so let's seal this off. Ooh, there we go. All right, guys, all sealed off. There we go. All right, so let's close out with a group hug and roll out for an amazing weekend. Not sure if I'm going to be live tomorrow. Probably not. There'll be guests and such here, and otherwise, and so it would be no. So probably not. But we will go live over the weekend at some point, nonetheless. And I will figure out a time to go live with cards and Oracle if I can over the weekend. And at least try to do it twice. Cards, Oracle, and channeling. There we go. One-on-one channeling. Try to do it at least twice a week. But yeah, thank you guys. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Me and Kaneko are sending blessings and positive vibes to yeah, so check out Hershey's channel there. If you don't know who Mr. Kaneko is, check out Hershey's Shorts, and you will find out real fast who Mr. Kaneko is. And of course, she's got she'll be live today at 4 o'clock with Friday fixtures as well, and so we will see her there. So yeah, and if you haven't figured out, Mr. Kaneko's her new cat, but favor, and that's awesome. Once we get stable here, but I did get to visit with my old cat when I went to see my mom, so that helped. And Spree, welcome. So yeah, all right, guys. So let's close this out with a group hug. Come and take your left arm up. Put it to the person to your left. And take your right arm up. Put it to the person to your right. Hands in water, washing dishes. There you go. Thanks, Diego, keeping us in the flow, right? All right, so we take our love out of our heart. There we go. Send our heart out of our left hand and send it through each and every one of us, right? So we take the energy of our heart chakra and we send it out of our left hand. There we go. Send it through and around to each and every one of us. And we send our love through our left hand. It goes through my heart and your heart and Tina's heart and everybody's heart. And as it comes back around, we are spinning our hearts around. And as we spin faster and faster, each of our hearts, just like the Large Hadron Collider, they combine into one bigger heart. And so that one big heart, which is each of our hearts now, is one heart spinning around faster and faster, like a cyclonic, like a big cyclone there. So we spin it around faster and faster, we connect it, like a reverse tornado, up into the greater source field. Chink and clink. And we see everybody in the greater source field and love and peace. And we see each and every one of you in love and peace as well. And we see everybody today accepting that we're on planet Earth, right? And that it's a living toroidal field within itself that has energies that it needs to release and has its own way of breathing on its own. And we, of course, are on top of the planet and have to walk with her and accept the fact that sometimes she's going to release energies that we have to deal with, including 25 to 25 inches of snow. We are grateful that we see each and every one of us grateful to have a safe place to be warm, to be safe, to be able to ride out this storm, right? We see each and every one of us here and everybody on this planet, of course, whenever the weather goes bad, and we realize that wherever we are, we're all going to have to deal with something, be it fires in Colorado for myself, be it earthquakes in California, be it big snowstorms up northeast, or be it hurricanes in Florida. We all choose to be here on planet Earth, and we are all here, wherever we are, dealing with whatever earthly energies we are dealing with in acceptance and love and balance with Mother Gaia. There we go. And we see each and everybody, of course, accepting that, and of course surviving through the snowstorm with no problem, with enough. And we see the power grid, of course, staying up as well. But of course, again, we are in acceptance and understanding that we are in a unstable toroidal field, and even the power grid itself can be unstable within itself. Things do happen, so we are accepting of that, but we see the power staying on as best as possible. We see each and every one of us having an amazing weekend, and everybody out there, anybody on this planet who has to deal with Mother Gaia, whether it's a dust storm or whatever it is, we give you favor and love, and we see each and everybody this weekend working in conjunction with Mother Gaia, right? Not fighting against the snow and fighting against the ice, but staying home, staying safe. And if you're not home, of course, if you don't have a home, staying somewhere warm and being protected. And we see each and everybody on planet Earth, of course, safe, warm, and protected from whatever weather, whatever storm they need to be shielded from and protected from in their own universe. With that, we see Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's or O's in her sky. The X cloud does not exist, and of course, there's no such thing. And we see no forever chemicals or plastics in her waters or soils, of course, as well, right? You do not need to Scotch guard in the entire planet in forever chemicals. Favor, and we say to Mother Gaia, we love you. Gratitude, hallelujah. So it is, and so it shall be. Yes, if you're using Scotch guard or any of that's forever chemicals, right? You know that, right? Teflon, Scotch guard, Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is the largest lawsuit in history right now. It's like 8 trillion. I'm not sure exactly. Like 800 billion or something. It's an 8, and I think it's $800 billion is going to be the lawsuit number for Gore-Tex, because everything that's been sprayed, everything with Gore-Tex is forever chemicals. Every time it rains, it leaks forever chemicals. Right? So if you're wearing a Gore-Tex jacket, and it rains and you're outside, it's pouring forever chemicals all over you. That's the world's largest lawsuit. Favor. I sent prayers for you, Lindsay. Lindsay, we see Lindsay, in the highest loving light. And take a moment, guys. We see everybody, and we send love and favor, and we see everybody riding the storm out. We see everybody coming out on the other side in peace, safe, warm. We see the power grid staying on. We have no control over these things, but we can state the intentions and push that energy, right? Help vibrate up that energy. There we go. And we see, of course, Clint not getting 25, and Tina not getting 25 insane inches of Snow, right? Lindsay, sending extra blessings. Absolutely, Lindsay. And we see Lindsay there in the highest, warmest, most abundant, loving light. Lindsay, we love you. And yeah, favor. And grateful that you're about to be February there. You're heading to Ohio. And doing, much better off. Grateful. All right. Me and Kaneko are sending positive vibes. Yeah, check out Hershey's channel there. You can check out Mr. Kaneko. And beautiful cat. Slim, beautiful eyes. And yeah, it's a perfect cat for Hershey. And it's awesome. All right, guys. So let's have a great weekend. A favor to each and every one of you, stay dry, stay warm. Oof. Stay safe. Stay loving. And remember, everything that you do equals what you got, right? It's your universe. You're creating it with every thought, action, and deed, right? Every breath you take. Stalker song. Every move you make. Right? Love you guys. And we will see you in Friday fixtures for sure with Hershey. So keep your bell at, keep the bell on for that. And 4 o'clock. And otherwise, I will see you guys later. Much love and favor, guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for this weekend. Yeah, well, it's an endeavor to go live sometime over the weekend and with cards and channeling. But otherwise, guys, stay awesome. And I will see you all lovingly in the next. Thank you.